Hello everyone. Today we have Vikas Singh from Kanpur, and Vikas runs an outdoor media agency. So, in this era of digital marketing, we thought of getting someone who has been doing the groundwork, working on hoardings with the companies, and learn about his business and learn about how digital has impacted outdoor and what are the mechanics of outdoor advertisements in 2023. So, hi Vikas, welcome to
Hello.
our show.
Hi, Sushank, and it's been pleasure to be here.
Yes.
You're doing a very nice initiative, and I'm quite having fun being here.
Yes, thank
So,
you.
coming back to
So,
my, yeah,
yes,
uh,
so we and Vikas met during film appreciation course back in 2010,
yeah,
like
it
13
was way
years
back,
back.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes. And Vikas just passed out from Kanpur University, and even I passed out from Kanpur University in probably the same year.
yeah,
And
yeah, absolutely.
yes, and Vikas, please start your journey from there. What happened after you passed out from? So he did MBA from Institute of Business Management.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, please start.
uh,
What did you do after that? I remember you worked with FMCG for a couple of years, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
you were
4 to 5
also doing
years.
some. Yes, you were also doing some
So, when I grad,
media-oriented thing. Yeah,
yeah,
please
yeah,
start.
surely, sure. When I graduated from IBM, so it was a time when subprime mortgage crisis was on, the American crisis, very popular one, and it was a horrid time to start. I didn't get good offers by that time, so I had to start very basic. So I started a Kanpur-based tea company, and I launched that product in Delhi market. So it was very basic operational thing. So I started that, and after working there 1.5 hours, and then I switched to PepsiCo, targeting the rural markets. So I worked there for 3 years, 3.5 years, and then during the MBA also, I was working with my friend who was running an outdoor advertisement agency. That is the actually reason why I'm doing the business right now, because I had little bit of idea that time around. So I worked simultaneously studying my MBA. I used to work there, and we used to do corporate meetings also. So I had very much idea how this business goes on. So after initially from the right from the beginning, I was one thing very clear in my head, that I don't want to do job for a long period of time. So I was just looking for a better opportunity. So there were few hits and misses. I tried few things that didn't work out. So even I in Kanpur way back 6 7 years, I started outdoor advertising agency, the ground hoardings, which did not
Okay.
work. So that was a failure. Then I again, recollected myself, and I started around 2020, before just before the first COVID wave.
Okay.
So, but it was a tough time starting. But again, uh, I by that time I was quite experienced, and I had some uh, clients and networks. So it worked out this time around. I had to go to Varanasi to headquarter it. So now I'm managing operations all over UP. We have own media in Varanasi, and in a rural area called Sonbhadra, we have our own media. But we hire our media all over the UP, and it's going good right now.
Okay. Fantastic. Nice to know. So when did you started this company after your FMCG job?
I think I started this company in 2019,
Okay.
and before that I worked as a trader.
Okay.
Without any company, I used to work as a trader, as a freelancer.
Okay.
Before that, I had some startups in digital arena also, which did not turn out to be successful. So
It's because
at
of
that,
those unsuccessful startups only we make
yeah, yeah,
successful business.
at that point, I had to I was in least risk taking position, so I had to back up my instincts. So I went and adopted something which I know for sure. Rather
Okay.
than
Yes.
hit and trial, I went for something that I know of,
Yes.
because
Yes.
I've been
Yes.
very experimental in my career, in which I
Which
face
adds
the
value to
consequences.
your profile, basically.
In a way, yes, of course.
Yes. All right. So, so because let us just understand from the client's perspective. if I am a, what kind of clients do you entertain, or what kind of clients rather go for outdoor solutions that you
Yeah,
serve?
there's a one thing actually. The client with hefty pockets is the one we prefer actually, because outdoor is not everyone's cup of tea, because it's an expensive medium.
Okay.
Uh, so all the mediums are expensive, but this is slightly more expensive because it has a limited reach compared to the electronic and print medium. They are expensive, but when once you calculate like a unit basis, like the reach basis, this medium is slightly expensive than other mediums. But if you are a local client, then it is the very effective one also. So we actually serve all categories of the clients. We have corporate clients, we have local clients as well. So everyone can do it, except the very small businesses should not go for it. If you are locally, you are running good business, then of course this is the medium which will serve you
Okay.
well.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what is an average expense of a client that comes to you? How much he has to spend? For example, in digital marketing, in Instagram, one can start with spending 300 rupees per day, 200 rupees per day,
Right.
right? So there is
Actually,
no capping there. But what is the general ticket size of your client?
yeah, I
If anyone
understand your
is saying,
question, but in digital space, the entire world is a village. So there's not much difference when you are spending money on digital medium on in a tier two city or tier one city
mm,
or whatever for that matter. But that business, the outdoor advertisement, this is very local centric business actually. So
mm,
there's a huge gap. Like if you are spending in tier two, tier three cities, the expenses would be different. And if you are spending your budget in Delhi or NCR or any metropolitan city for that matter, the budget will be whoppingly different. Like if you get a unipole for 25,000 to 30,000 k per month, in unipole you get the same space for around 2 lakh, 3 lakh, 5 lakhs for that matter. So difference is as such. So you cannot,
25,000
go.
to 2 lakh, 5 lakhs. This is the
Yeah, yeah,
difference.
this is whopping difference. Even
Okay, so for the
Jaipur,
audience, would you tell us what is a unique pole?
unipole is something that is situated in the divider of the road, and it is
Okay.
center based. It's on one pole. There is a 20 by 30, 20 by 10 size, general size. But in
Mhm.
Kanpur also you get 30, 10, 25, 10. This is the average size you have. So these
Okay.
actually this is tender media. You got to take the tender from the municipal corporation of that particular city that you are planning. So the agency takes the tender, and that it it works with other vendors and agencies also. It's a kind of network to go
Okay.
through. Yeah,
So first you pick a tender from municipal corporation, and then you have those many access to polls, and then you sell it to people. Is it like that?
yeah. But we don't have tender. We are into the rooftop hoardings. We have many rooftop hoardings. So rooftop hoarding is a different ball game. But the tax collecting authority is of course the municipal corporation. Gotta
For all the
there
outdoor media?
for all the outdoor media, which are in the boundaries of the municipal corporation. You gotta pay tax for that,
Okay.
whether it is vacant or occupied. You gotta pay the taxes for the entire year.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Now quickly let us understand. You can, if you can quickly tell us what are the types of outdoor media you deal in. Unipole is one you mentioned, and
yeah.
then you mentioned
Unipole,
rooftop
there are
hoardings.
rooftop hoardings, and there's cantilever. Cantilever is the one. This is very technical thing actually. When the pole is in the center, then that is unipole. And the pole is sideways, then it becomes a cantilever. And cantilever generally placed in the side of the road. But unipole is generally placed in the center of the road. And
Cantilever.
yeah, cantilever. And there's a bus shelter also, BQS, we call it bus queue shelter. You must have
Okay.
seen that. That
Okay.
is also one kind of media. Some cities are offering tree guards also, which in which they have a small 1 by 1 or 2 by 2 feet size display. And the kiosks are also under the tender in some of the cities, but most of the cities is not, it is banned actually in the smart cities.
Okay.
So there are plenty of
What is banned
guidelines.
in smart cities?
whole chaos. The small 2 by 3 kind of cutouts which you see in the electricity poles. Uh,
Okay, yes, yes,
yeah,
yes,
that is
yes.
also one kind of medium. So there are plenty of mediums. Plus, there are in outdoor advertisement there are BTL activities also. That like if you go in a highway or outer of the cities, there are flexes are pasted on the walls. That is called wall wrap. So that is also a one kind of medium. There are wall paintings, there are dhaba paintings. There is n number of activities
Oh my
actually.
God.
Pretty vast field though. Yeah.
So you deal in all of them?
No, not really, but some of them we deal. Actually, it's not possible to, have the expertise on that many areas.
Okay.
Every kind of job requires a whole lot of management, which is not possible for one
Yes,
agency to do all of them,
yes,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
So coming over to what are the specializations of your company?
My specialization is, of course, the billboards, the rooftop billboards. We have our own media in Varanasi and some of the outskirts towns, and we have a good channel of vendors and agencies where, if at all we have got to do something in Bareilly, we have got our own vendors. We contact them, we take the order from the client, and we display the ad via that vendor actually.
Okay,
Suppose you are my client and you give me the requirement of several cities. You send me the list of the cities. I contact those vendors from the respective cities. I take the plan, media plan is consisted of PPT and Excel, where you have the media details and location details of size details, costing, and all that. We add our margins and then propose it to our client, and when the shortlisting happens, we display via that vendor. So the
okay,
billing
perfect.
channel would be us. Yeah.
Great. So you own hoardings in Varanasi and then you have channel partners.
Yeah, in other
So
cities, of
yes,
course.
you have some revenue sharing agreement and you just cover whole
Not
of the
revenue
UP
sharing,
US.
not revenue sharing exactly. They have their own rates. I add my margin and I quote the client my rate.
All right. All right.
Uh, we,
Perfect.
they bill to me, I bill to client. That's as simple as that.
Okay. So these rooftop hoardings you mentioned, so are they at the rooftop of houses or in the main road? So,
Actually, it could be anything, but the rooftops are placed on the main roads also, or very major arterial road. Other than that, there is no use. We don't invest that much in colony roads. So all the billboards you will find in main major roads, major
okay.
connecting
So
roads or
you
arterial
contact
roads.
the landowners and
Yeah.
you like pay them a rent for that?
Yeah, we actually first we do the recce of the area where we need to put up the billboards. So the location that is very visible, properly visible. So we contact the landlords if he at all agrees to give it to give the roof to the rent. Then we sign a contract
Okay.
agreement, and then
Hmm.
we pay the advance uh, uh, rent on 6 monthly basis, uh,
Okay.
and we inform to the Nagar Nigam that we have erected a hoarding in
So
quality.
erection of that structure is your responsibility?
Of course, mine. Yeah, the investment, it occurs the investment, and we take the responsibility of that investment. And if something happens, a casualty happens, that is also our
Oh
responsibility.
my
So
God.
in a way, that is a bit risky. Yeah.
So you need to be very, so the structure
Yeah,
has to be
yeah,
of very high quality in that
yeah.
case.
Very high quality, very firm, very, because it's very risky if you do the cost cutting in the structures. It can,
Yes. An average
easily.
contract period is between 6 months
Yeah,
to
it
1 year.
is. No, no, at least 5 years,
Wow.
because 2 years it takes around to cover the ROIs. So
Yes.
we
Yes.
need long
Yes.
term investment for that.
Okay. So if anybody has a main road building, and so
Hmm.
can the person contact you?
Yeah, of
He,
course, they
okay. And
can.
you will analyze it and you will,
Yeah,
uh, okay.
we
And what is this? What are the steps of like, doing this contract? First you analyze, then you, okay, yeah.
yeah. First we analyze, and the fabricator goes to the place and do the measurements, and because we sell the media in square feet, so we try to actually exert we try to go for the maximum square feet possible, visible
Okay.
square feet, not like the square feet that are not visible. So the
Okay.
maximum visible square feet is something that we look for,
Okay.
and we tell to the landlord that this much square feet is gonna we are gonna build, and we negotiate around a price or a rent. Then uh, if something if everything goes well, then we get into the contract and we build the structure and then inform to Nagar Nigam. And Nagar Nigam also takes the advance taxes. So
Okay.
this is
And how
how
much
you go.
rent can one expect out of for the period of 5 years or like for per month basis or
Well,
6 months? Whatever.
it
Yeah.
is exactly like the property business. If you rent a property in heart of the city, like if you talk about Kanpur, Swaroop Nagar, RN Nagar, Civil Line, these are expensive areas. So hoarding rents are also expensive in these kind of areas. If it is outskirt, then that will be less expensive. Exactly like renting a house. If
Wow.
you are living in a prime location, then you gotta pay extra premium for that.
Yes. Great. Great.
Even in the taxes also, this thing same thing applies.
Nice. Nice to know all this. Now, coming over to a few questions on the client's part.
Okay.
Uh, so on an average, if an average client comes to you, how many hoardings he generally captures?
Actually, it depends on the budget. If the client has a budget, then they can uh, put up around a city like Varanasi, they can go for 15 to 20 hoardings.
Okay.
And if they are
And
there
what is the
are
duration of uh,
that is completely a budget question. If you have a budget to run for 6 months, then you go run for 6 months. If you budget for 15 days, you run for 15 days.
but
You're
there
getting
must be costing of flex also involved. So client must be optimizing over there because they have some
yeah, of
fixed
course.
cost of flex pasting and everything.
Yeah, flex costs are extra, and that is fixed. That is why it is advisable to it also depends on the product category also. There are, like you have seen this television serial advertisement. If
Hmm.
there's a new serial coming, then these campaigns hardly last about a week, because
Okay.
the purpose is to let everybody know that new serial is starting. So
Hmm.
why invest for a month or 2 months when you can invest for 3 to cut the cost? It depends on the product. If a new launching is there, then they go for the long term also. But there are several strategies. If your new hospital is getting launched, so
Hmm.
what they do actually, they put up a lot of hoardings entire the city, and they keep on reducing the budget as the time goes on. But they hold on to 5 to 6 good locations, so that for the long term,
Okay.
to make the complete awareness about their hospital services or whatever.
Mm. Okay. And coming over to the costing part, what is average costing if from prime location to non-prime location? What is the average
Actually,
cost of a hoarding for a like month or 15 days of day, whatever?
if
So how do you
you
charge per day basis or per month basis?
we charge month basis, and if you hire the hoarding for a week, we'll charge you per week. But the rates are on per square feet per month basis, right?
Okay.
Okay, so the average location is around 30 rupees per square feet in Varanasi. But if you go for prime location, it could go for 50, 60 rupees per square feet. Unipos are more expensive because it's a tender media.
Okay.
So in Unipol, we don't deal in square feet, we deal in it per facing.
And
Each
how much
Unipol,
is one hoarding? What's the size of how many square feet in one hoarding generally?
that varies actually. Like if you exact that business is exactly like constructing a house. Uh,
Okay.
Whatever plot size is
On an
available, you
average, on an average.
average is 600 to 700 square feet
All right.
rooftop. Yeah,
All right. Nice. Great. Now, coming over to a very disturbing or maybe the fact that so I interact with a lot of people and I'm myself running a D2C company.
yeah,
We never think of going outdoors, and that was my reason of bringing you in the scene, just to understand how what's happening with the outdoor media now. We always prefer digital, be it organic marketing, be it paid advertisements. Everyone is like optimizing, Google's doing SEO, Facebook Business Manager, performance marketing. Are you facing any competition? Is it, or there's, or people who just go for outdoor have a different mindset of advertisements, and or budget is allocated different for outdoors and different for digital? There's something there.
Like initially, I told you it's not everybody's cup of tea. The first thing first, it's not for everybody. Second thing, if you see the bandwagon of all the media, the print, digital, social media, okay, radio,
Yeah.
outdoors, transit media is also there. So if a new player comes like digital media, of course it's gonna take the share from each small share from each and every media to make its own
Yes.
share, right?
Yeah.
So I would be lying if I say there's no effect on outdoor media of digital media. Of course there is a impact. People have reduced our budget, and that budget is being allocated to digital media.
Mhm.
And to some extent, yes, digital media is pretty much targeted. What your target audience, and you want to cater your ad to the target audience. You want to be very specific about that, and digital media gives you that the leeway. But still, there is no replacement for outdoor advertisement, because it's in there. It's a physical space that you have. uh, in your
Yes.
phone, you actually browse through, you come across lots of ad. But if a major location is there in the rooftop of a prime location, then you cannot ignore it. Firstly, it's because of its huge size. Secondly, there is a physical space. It's not easy to ignore it. But if you come across in mobile or any television, it's easy because it's cluttered with ads all the time. Whatever app you open, you come across the ads. Whether you watch a YouTube video, you come across ads, several ads, one by one. So outdoor is not completely replaceable, but of course I agree, there is a share which has been taken away by the digital media. But again, outdoor has its own significance. It cannot be replaced.
Okay. Nice. My last two questions to you.
Sure,
Uh,
sure.
what if a brand like ours, a D2C brand, if we want to go for outdoor advertisements in a city like Kanpur or Varanasi, you clearly mentioned that costs are very different when it comes to tier one cities. What is the budget that we should expect to have?
Actually, if you the hoardings is such media. If
So
you put
objective
on,
is just to, so ours is a e-commerce brand. People will consume our products, buy our products through Amazon, Flipkart, or our website.
Mhm.
And so you can just understand the objective is just to create an awareness. We
Yeah.
can put up an offer, we can put up uh, just about our brand, and you can buy it from here, or we can come up with a creative which really works out through various
So
discussions. But
for that
what
you
should be the
can,
budget? What would be the budget that I should keep in mind before I think of even going for this campaign, outdoors campaign?
actually I would advise you to the wholesale utensil markets. You try to hire a space which is en route to those markets, and you can plan it accordingly. And it depends how many areas there are there in your cities. Like whatever wholesale markets or important utensil markets are there, you can plan your budget accordingly. But again, if you put on 3 to 4 billboards, then it will cost you around 1 lakhs per month.
Per billboard or all
Per
three
month,
billboard?
all 2 3 billboards will cost you 4 billboards, including printing and all that. It will cost
Okay.
you around 1 lakh.
Which city? Which city this is?
I'm talking about Kanpur in your perspective.
Okay. And if I plan to go, for example, Maharashtra is a state where we get maximum orders from.
These
If
are
it's
very,
Pune or
very expensive.
Nasik, very
Very
expensive.
expensive.
What
The
will
you
what
can
will the same 3 to 4 billboards
same
cost us in
same
Mumbai?
same thing will
Because we
cost
get
you
maximum orders from Mumbai basically.
20 to 25 lakhs
Oh my God, per month.
per month. Yeah.
Oh my God. Very expensive.
Very expensive, but for a bigger brand, this is not
Yes,
expensive because
yes,
you
yes,
understand the rationale of that.
yes, yes, yes. Of course. Okay. Now, finally, what are your future plans? How do you plan to grow? Which where do you see yourself in this business life cycle right now?
We have plans to expand in other small cities surrounding Varanasi as of now, and we will invest for 1 or 2 years in Varanasi more. We need to build more sites, and we have recently went to Sonbhadra. Other than Gajipur, are there Mau? All the small towns are there, which are very difficult to service. So actually, our clients are such. Not all the lifestyle clients are there. There are cement companies are there. There are TMT bar companies. There are other companies. They target these kind of cities. So it won't be a bad idea to build some of the sites in those cities also. So we have plan of that. And in the third phase, we will look for Kanpur, Lucknow also.
Great.
So the plan is for expansion is there
So you'll
also.
be acquiring more and more hoardings. That's what
Yeah,
you'll
of
be
course.
doing.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So now we end up this with a small rapid fire round. Okay,
Sure.
okay. Kanpur versus Banaras.
Varanasi, of course.
Okay. Veg versus non-veg.
Veg.
Okay. Marriage before 30 or after 30?
Before 30.
Before 25 or after 25?
Marriage.
Yeah.
Before 25. I'm
Oh,
very very
great,
traditional about it. Yeah.
great. It's only now people are realizing it's better before 25.
And,
Bollywood versus Hollywood.
anything good. Doesn't matter which Bollywood or Hollywood. All
Great.
I'm looking for is good content. That's it.
Netflix versus Amazon Prime.
Prime, of course.
Okay. MBA versus a non-MBA.
That's a tricky one, actually. Uh, but I prefer non-MBA because they always complicate things. And I used to also do that. When I started keeping it simple, it started giving me the result, of course.
Great. I prefer MBAs, by the way, because they are more mature and certainly they have learned a few things in the college. Um, and they're more serious also. Graduates generally prepare. Like, so, anyway, Apple versus Android.
Android any day.
Okay, nice. Pantaloons versus lifestyle versus shopper stop.
Um, I like actually I shop online most.
But not,
Actually, I don't have that time to go for it, and it's all it's way too simple in online actually. These days.
okay, nice. Flipkart versus Amazon.
Amazon any day.
Oh, wow. Great. Okay, thank you so much, Vikas. It was great talking to you. I really got to learn a lot. I'm sure audience will also gain a lot from this conversation, the insights of your business, and even the budgeting thing. If anybody plans to go, I will be putting up your email address, and if you want the phone number also in the link. So if anybody wants to contact you, they can
No
just
problem. No problem.
contact you. Okay,
And
thank you so much,
thank you,
Vikas. So nice
thank
talking.
you, thank you for having me. And it was really pleasure being here. And I appreciate what you are doing. And that is something which will be helpful to the youngsters. So I wish you luck for your future endeavors, of course. And
Thank
I,
you so much. Thank you. So nice.
wish you to become a very big channel and
Thank you so much.
I'll be very proud. Thank you.
We will have you back again after you've expanded to
Of
few more
course,
cities with even
anytime,
deeper insights.
anytime, anytime.
Okay. Okay. Bye, Vikas. Bye.
Okay, bye bye. Good day.
Yes. Thank you.